Hello guys, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, I am going to explain how to declare an array and what are those two ways to declare an array and how to access and traverse an array and all the other stuff. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So open a new file, Ctrl N, and include an library file, stdio.h, okay, and then comes in main. So how to declare an array? So what are we discussing in this lecture? We are discussing about arrays. So what is the declaration? Data type, name, array name, and size. This is size. Okay. So data type, I'm going to define the data type of integer as usual. Int. Array name would be, let us take the presentation, marks. Okay, let it be the marks, and the size may be 3, as I already told you in the PPT. You can keep it any size you want. Okay, and I have to declare elements inside this array. So how to declare the elements? So the next topic is declaration. Okay, how to declare the elements inside an array. So marks of 3 means 0 to 2. Okay, 3 elements means 0, 1 and 2 are the 3 elements. Okay, so we have to define marks of 0 and marks of 1 and marks of 2. Okay, so these are the 3 elements which were defined inside an array. Okay, let us give some marks. Marks of 0 would be 34. Marks of 1 would be the pass mark 30 and marks of 2 is 90. So 34, 30 and 90 are the 3 marks we have defined inside the marks. Okay, so how to access an array element? Suppose I want to show the marks of 2 in the output. Okay, so what I am going to print? I'm going to print the marks of the third student is what? Integer, right? Percentage D, comma, what is the marks of third student? Marks of 2. So marks of 2. Okay, so now what? Now I'm going to execute this. What I'm going to name it as array. Okay, and save. Simple. You can see the marks of third student is 90. You can see here the marks of third student is 90. Press any key to close the window. And what is the other method to declare an array? Okay, instead of defining it in 3 lines. Okay, so how can we define inside a single line? So how to define inside a single line? So marks of 3 equals, we have to open and close the flower braces and then semicolon. Inside the flower braces we have to define the numbers. Okay, 34, 30, 90 are the numbers. Okay, so now we can remove this. No need to define all these marks of 0, marks of 1 and marks of 2. Instead, we have written all those marks inside a single line, in a single array declaration line. Okay, so compile now and see the same thing. The marks of third student is 90. So these both are the ways to define an array. Okay, inside a single line, in multiple lines. It's our wish to define as whatever we want. So inside the printf, I had written the marks of 2. So in the output screen, I had got the marks of the third student. 2 means the third student, right? 0, 1 and 2, the third one. So this is how we can access. So how to traverse? Traversal means to show all the marks. We can write 3 printf statements to show 3 marks, like printf, inside the printf %d \n for new line, comma, marks of 0. Cool. So like this, we can copy this thing and we can paste it in the next line. So we can get the marks of 1 as well as the marks of 2. Now see, we can have 34, 30 and 90, all the marks here. So we are writing printf statement multiple times. So how to write the printf statement inside a single line? So guys, if something we want to repeat something continuously, which loop we use? Remember the looping statements? Which loop we use in order to get the multiple lines inside a single printf function? Yeah, you are right. We can use for loop. Okay, so remove this. I'll show you how to traverse this in a proper way. Okay, write a for loop for data type int, declare a variable called I equals 0, I less than 3, or we can say I less than or equals 2. Both are the same, I plus plus. And inside the for loop, I want to print the statement. What is the statement? The which element? %d, first, second and third. First, second and third element in array is. So is another integer, %d, comma, we have to define 2 elements here, %d here and %d here, the first element, second element and third element. But in for loop we have 0, 1, 2, so I am going to define it as I plus 1, comma, here is %d. This %d is nothing but marks of 0, 1 and 2. 0, 1 and 2 are i's, right? I. So what we have done here, I had written a printf statement. Inside the printf statement, I had written the first element, the second element, the third element. So how to write 1, 2 and 3? I is 0, 1 and 2. So I am going to increase that value. When it is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1. When it is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. When it is 2, 2 plus 2 is 3. And the last %d is marks. One time it should be 34, 30 and 90. So marks of 0, marks of 1 and marks of 2. Okay. Now try to execute this. What happens? See, the one element in array is 34, the second is 30, the third is 90. So in order to get more clarity, I'll write it in new line. Okay. Execute again. 1, 34, 2, 30, 3, 90. Okay. This is nothing but traversal. Traversing in a proper way using for loop. Okay. We can traverse an array by using a for loop. This is the way to traverse. Okay. So in this lecture, what we have learned? We have learned how to declare the array, what are different ways to declare the array, the syntax of an array, and how to traverse the array inside using the for loop. Okay. So that's it in today's lecture. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.